I'm late. I'm here. Let me get everything opened up really fast and then we'll get started. Get everybody muted. Okay. All right. Ready to go. How's everybody doing? Having a good day? So far, so good. Good. Well, I have just a few things to touch on before I want to jump into some fourth quarter tips and ideas and just kind of talk with you guys about what your focuses should be in fourth quarter. First, will you raise your hand if you do not have a Fall Classic team right now? Misty. Anyone else? Virtually raise your hand if you do not have a Team Cup team. Nobody? If you're on the phone, type in the chat if you can. And ask around. Ask, who's that? Danielle Clark, okay. All right, I am gonna find you guys one. I'm kind of asking everybody so that I can team everybody up so we have as many Fall Classic teams as we can. So I will be in touch, okay? Second, our Nutrition 101 group ends this week. It'll end on technically Saturday or Sunday. So make sure you are reaching out. Everyone girl wants to be a partner if you need more one person. Okay. I got you down for a +1, Misty, so I'll be in touch. Our Nutrition 101 group ends on Saturday or Sunday. Probably leave it open till like Sunday, Monday-ish, just so everybody can kind of play catch up. But I want you to be intentional about the people that you've added into that group, okay? I want you to make sure that you go in and private message every person that was in that group. If they are not already a coach, I want you to mention coaching to them, okay? They've participated in this group for about 30 days. They see what we do behind the scenes. Hopefully they've participated. So it's a good opportunity for you guys to message them and say something like, hey, I loved having you in our Nutrition 101 group. I hope you had an awesome time. Just wanted to, or just curious to see if you had thought about doing what I do or thought about coaching. If they aren't really interested in coaching, say something about, well, you know, at least getting in for the 25% discount, okay? Just message them and offer that up to them. Every single person that's in that group, okay? That you put in that group, I guess. If you have well, here's the other thing, I guess. Our team-wide group, okay? I was all like, I don't know what to do. I don't know if I want to do a hammer and chisel prep group. I don't know if I want to do another Nutrition 101 group because it really helped. I thought a lot of inactive coaches come active. You know, having the 3-day refresh and having that group to kind of promote to them. But then, let me show you this. I'll do a screen share really fast and show you what was created recently. And now I'm like, well, crap. Hold on, let me show you. Can you guys see that? Yeah. Beachbody on Demand, hybrid, 21-day fix / Body Beast schedule that they can use with Beachbody on Demand. Do you see that? Everybody saw it? To me, that was like, oh, that's going to be so cool because then all we have to do is promote club memberships, right? Get them in with the club membership, hopefully with the challenge pack, the club membership on its own if they already have Shakeology. And then they're getting access to all of those. They're getting access to the hammer and chisel preview, you know, workouts. They're getting those challenge du jour, you know, workouts that Carl Deichler talks about, and they're getting this easy schedule that they can follow. Okay, all of these workouts are already on Beachbody on Demand. So I thought that might be a fun thing to do is set everybody up with club memberships and then promote this. I'll like post a schedule. They'll all have Shakeology, so they'll follow. I can even post the meal plans that we used for the Nutrition 101 group type thing. That's Yays, nays? Nobody cares? Okay. I'll post about it in Luxe again and just kind of see what your thoughts are. For me, I'm probably going to, yeah, Kate, yay, everybody's chatting in the yay. Okay, perfect. So I thought it was a really fun idea, and I'm finishing 21 Day Fix this week, and I'm probably going to start that with them as well. So it starts on November 2nd. Great news is that On Demand is available in like 24 hours. So we can promote this through like Sunday pretty much, right? So I'll post about that. I already set it in stone. I'm just going to do it. I'll make the final decision. Let's just do that. So we'll do a team-wide Hammer and Chisel Beachbody On Demand prep group. It's going to be a long name, but I'll find something easier. And then that way, if you look at the schedule, the 29th is the last day on the calendar. Hammer and Chisel comes out on December 1st. We'll be good to go. Okay. And if you have somebody like throughout the month that ends up getting the club membership challenge pack, have them join in with us to get used to, you know, the different workouts and stuff like that. I think this is a group that we can run through November, but also add to through November. Okay. To keep growing and keep promoting and really focus in on that Beachbody On Demand challenge pack. Okay. So decisions made. Let me save that really fast. Okay. Our sneak peek group is done. Let me write that down. Hold on. Our sneak peek group is done. Make sure you are, again, going into every single person, like, you know, that you added to that group and saying, you know, hey, I just wanted to check in and see how you like the sneak peek. Did you have any questions that didn't get answered? That's like my copy and paste script to every single person that I add in there, okay? So make sure you're following up with them. Make sure you're talking to them, seeing if they have any unanswered questions. And yeah, got distracted. Yeah, so don't forget to follow up with them. I will be having my lovely assistant delete the group tomorrow, okay? So get those follow-ups in today. If you have people in that group, message them today because they're gonna be deleted tomorrow, okay? I don't think I have any announcements other than that. Do you have anything I should say or add to anything? Okay.
Well, I should announce the 2-star retreat.
Oh, yeah. Well, not all of you are my personally sponsored coaches, so I apologize. But we, so now we're just going to rub it in your face. But we announced that we're doing a 2-star retreat. So any coaches that are 2-star or above on or before February 17th, I think. Don't quote me on the exact date. It's in my group. Yeah, to start qualification by that date. To lock it in for second quarter, 2-star diamond, we're taking them to Belize. So that's kind of fun and exciting. So if you're on this call and you are my PS coach, that's your goal.
We're excited about this one too because it's got private cabanas. So there are cabanas out on the water, which is great. Like, you know, the ones like on stilts and stuff. So everybody will have their own private cabana. The Kardashians. I mean, let's get real. We all know I watch people. So yeah, it'll be fun. So, and what do we say? 5-star, we'll take care of airfare.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So you are responsible for your airfare, but that's it. Everything else is included. But Janelle said, yeehaw. But if you hit 5-star or above in that same qualification week, we're paying for your airfare out there. So.
And I went ahead and looked online just to see like pricing of what airfare was. I didn't know how expensive it was or not. And I found tickets again. This was flying out of San Diego for $630 round trip. So, and again, that's looking now, you know, obviously if I book now, it'll be more probably the longer you wait, but just something to think about.
So every month that you hit Success Club, set like $100 aside and you'll have that ticket, right? Or just hit 5-star, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right, so I'm gonna dig into the training, I guess you could say, because it's fourth quarter. Obviously, everybody's having a month from hell, correct? Everybody's like, what's happening? Welcome to fourth quarter, all right? It's slow. It's going to be slow this month. It's going to be even slower next month. Luckily, Hammer and Chisel will make for a not so slow December, okay? So it's very crucial what you do from today through December, okay? What you do today through December is going to really set you up for how your business goes come January. All right, if we disconnect and say it's slow and, you know, I'm not really into it. Nobody's really into it. Maybe I'll just, you know, kind of back off until the beginning of the year. You know, when people want to get healthy, that'll be fine. I know you guys have thought that. I know some of you have thought that, but that couldn't be further. My dings are going crazy. Couldn't be further from the truth, okay? Right now, you have got to be building those relationships, starting those new conversations, and keeping people engaged. It is our job as coaches to always stay in phase one, right? It's our job to work out every single day. It's our job to drink Shakeology every single day. It's our job to do personal development and to invite people to this opportunity, whether it be coaching or challenge groups. That's our job, right? If you don't think of it as your job right now, I want you to change that mindset. Every single day that I wake up now, and Brett's sitting there holding me accountable to get my workout done, I say, okay, it's my job. During my entire workout, as Autumn's like, don't quit. You know, what's your why? And I'm like, shut up, Autumn. Yeah. I'm always like, okay, this is my job. This is my job. And I have to constantly be reminding myself every single day as I'm doing these tedious things that don't really seem super important to me at the time. I have to remember that in the end, it's my job. And if I'm skipping my workouts, if I'm canceling my home direct for a month, if I'm not drinking shakes every single day like I should be, I'm not doing my job. And I cannot expect to be successful without that, okay? If you got hired for a real job and you were half-assing your workouts, skipping your Shakeology, not really inviting and kind of taking it slow, you'd probably be fired, right? If I had the power to fire people, can you imagine? Woo! I'm just saying. Okay, you have to think of this as your job. This is the reason you are a coach, is to inspire people. It's to work out and let people know that even when times get hard, even when you don't feel like working out, you're still doing it. Even when you binge on popcorn and Skittles at the movie theater, you still got your Shakeology in that day, so at least you have your nutrients, right? Those are the types of things we need to make sure we're sharing, and really sharing from fourth quarter on. Okay, making sure that you are proof of the product is your number one. So whether you have to put it in your calendar and schedule it in your day or put Post-it notes all over your house, I don't know what you need to do to remind yourself, but that needs to be your first and foremost focus, is fitting in your workouts, drinking Shakeology, and doing your personal development, okay, every single day. I've already admitted that I've completely failed at that. I am on day 15, consistently getting my workouts done and consistently drinking Shakeology, and I post about it every single day. And you guys, people still are coming to me, not because I'm Raina Odell, but because I'm being real. And if you go and read through some of my posts and some of the comments, they're like, thanks for being so real. Like, my husband made me cereal, not just cereal, like a heaping bowl of cereal last night for dinner and 2 pieces of toast. And I ate it because it's cereal and toast. And I posted about it, right? And people are like, oh my gosh, thank you for being so real. And that's what gets you to relate to people. You can't be perfection. You can't, be on point 24/7. It's not reality. You have to be open to sharing your journey every single day. So that's rule number one, okay? From this point forward, no excuses. I want to talk about the invite process. I know that it's probably the hardest for everybody to do, and a lot of people don't really know what the invite process looks like. I still am like, all right, does me boosting my like page count as inviting or what? I feel like a lot of people think that people are just going to come to them, right? You're going to start this business, you're going to work out, you're going to drink Shakeology, and people are just going to start rolling in. But a lot of times, if you haven't realized it yet, it's not how this business works. We have to get comfortable. Again, if you'll notice the trend here, it's all about getting uncomfortable. We have to get comfortable with talking to people, right? And with reaching out to people and inviting people to join you. I've said it before, but I'm constantly stocking my newsfeed, probably more than I should be, for people who are, posting a lot about health and fitness. Or Ashley's baby just caught my eye. Oh, a little naked man. Who are, posting about health and fitness already that aren't coaches. I actually even recently on Instagram, I've never been that active on Instagram. I've always posted, but I've never been that active. But I recently, as people are commenting on my page, I click on their name and I go and stalk them a little bit. I, look and I'm like, okay, it didn't look like they're posting about anything coach-wise. So I'll go and I'll comment on a couple of their pictures. And on my third comment, I'm like, girl, we need to talk about coaching. And I leave my email. I've done that probably 5 times in the last 24 hours and I've had 3 people email me. 2, I just threw my pen. 2 signed up as a coach. I have 2 that signed up as a coach in the last 24 hours because of that. So don't feel like I can't reach out to people. I'm too scared. I don't know what they're going to say. Like, do it anyway. Okay. It's time to get uncomfortable. If you know someone who you think would make a great coach, message them. Hey, girl, I started as a Beachbody coach. Who was it that shared that thing? It was Miranda. Are you on the line? I don't know if Miranda's on, but Miranda, I helped Miranda with a ton of conversations last night. And she was cold messaging people, sending out a message. Let me actually look up what she posted because I want you guys to write it down because she started so many conversations like this. And she was like freaking out, like, Raina, they're actually responding. And I want to tell you what she said. So she started her conversations with, sorry, give me just a second. Okay, she said, hey, I just started as a Beachbody coach not too long ago. We set people up with workouts and meal plans. I wanted to message you because I know you're into fitness and trying to stay healthy, and I think you would make a great coach. What do you think? Believe it or not, every conversation she sent me, every person she sent that to was like, yes, I'd love to. I don't know what it all means, but, give me the scoop. Stuff like that. So guys, don't be afraid to send out those cold messages every single day that you're doing your invite, during your power hour. It's so crucial. People who you think would benefit from a challenge group. Hey, I saw your post about wanting to lose weight. I wanted to reach out and invite you to my next challenge group, where we're focusing on nutrition, or somebody off track about nutrition. Same kind of scripting. Being able to message people and give them those little ins is crucial, okay? And to me, that's what the inviting process looks like. Now, if you have a conversation that you're going through and that turns into an invite, great, that counts. But you have to start getting uncomfortable and you have to start sending those messages that you don't really want to send, right? Those messages where you're like, I don't want to be salesy, but trust me, if you use the scripting that we've provided, you will not come off salesy. If you're like, hey, P90X is on sale and Shakeology is great, do you want my link? They're going to think you're salesy and they're going to totally just run away, right? People aren't interested in that. You have to think about what you would want someone to approach you and say. On that note, I told Brett the other day, I might have said this before, but I don't know, I'm going to say it anyway. I always make fun of Danelle for not remembering what she told me. So I'm going to say it again anyway, just in case they don't make fun of me. She's under Jerry's name, I think. But I had a friend, okay, so I went to school. I don't know if any of you are mutual friends with her. I hope not. But I went to school with this girl. I grew up with her in high school. We moved out and went to college together for like a semester that I went to college. And we lived together. There was like 4 of us girls. Didn't really end on good terms. It was kind of awkward. And so we all moved out. I met Brett. We all went our separate ways. But about a year before I actually started coaching, I was starting to post about like going to the gym and things like that. And I actually got a private message from her. Her name was Ashley. I got a private message from her and she wrote me this long, I don't even know if I even showed it to you because I just deleted it so fast. It was a huge long message. It was probably at least 5 paragraphs of information saying, hey, I'm a Beachbody coach. I actually, do all this and this is what we do and here's my link and please check it out. I think you'd be great. Literally 5 paragraphs. And I was like, no, it doesn't really sound like anything I'm interested in. And I sent that to her and I deleted it and I haven't talked to her since. A year later, Leslie, and I contacted each other. She started forming me, asking me questions, mentioned the same exact opportunity to me, and I was in, right? So it's all about how you're mentioning this opportunity to people and how you're reaching out to people and what you're saying. Because if you're giving them a bad taste in their mouth straight out of the gate, you probably ruin that experience for them, and they're going to find someone else who's going to offer, the same experience, only with a different twist on it. So make sure you're very intentional with your conversations. I think that above anything else is the most important, is to just slow down your conversations, make sure you're having them in general, right? And just being being natural with it, being not salesy, you know, taking it slow. We already covered starting those conversations. I want to talk about the follow-up, right? So 3 vital behaviors is number 1. Inviting / starting conversations is number 2. Follow-up is number 3. That's what I want you guys to focus on as well. Don't be afraid to mention those people or to message those people that told you no before, okay? Someone asked me on one of my diamond calls last night, how many times do you message people before you just let them go? And I literally probably have about 4 or 5 messages sent to them before I actually say, okay, they're probably not interested. And then I just delete it. Because I use my messenger on Facebook to track my messages. So every time I go in and do follow-ups, I'm scrolling to the very, very, very bottom of my messenger to click, the very last furthest away message that I can possibly get. And then I start there and work my way up. Okay? So make sure that you're going through those messages. I have people, I think I'm down to like March is where I'm at now in follow-ups. And that's so sad. So I'm talking to people from March and saying, oh my gosh, hey girl, it's been forever since we chatted. How's it going? Even if they told me no to my last group, I'm still starting up that conversation because I think it's so important to keep that relationship going with them, whether they told you no or not. I cannot tell you how many times I've started a conversation after people told me no, and then it's been a month, 2, 3, 6 months later, and they're like, hey, I saw that post the other day about the group, and I think I'm ready to get started. Okay, it's so important to keep in contact with every single person that you've ever talked to. No matter if they told you no or yes or please leave me alone, keep in contact with them. Okay, every single month. I usually send out, I have links that I'll send out if I haven't heard from them. Honestly, within 24 hours of sending that link, I'll send a message and say, hey, did you get set up? Even though I know they didn't get set up, I'm asking them anyway to give them a good in saying, no, I didn't get set up. My dog peed on my floor. I had to clean it up. I got distracted, whatever. So they'll give me the reason why they didn't, and they're like, okay, yeah, I'm going to do it now. Or actually, I did my budget and I have to wait till Friday. Okay, they're in my phone to follow up with on Friday. Okay, stay on top of your follow-ups. If you don't have a good system for them, use Excel. Write down names of every single person you're talking to, and as you follow up with them, highlight it with a specific color or something like that. You know what I mean? Try to get organized in that sense. For me, I'm so much pen and paper. It's insane. I have everything in Excel also, but I don't update it as much as I should, but everything is on pen and paper for me, and in Facebook. So do the best you can. It's easy to miss people. It's easy to forget about people once you get to a certain point. I will send out links and literally forget that I sent the link, and then it's a few days later and I'm like, oh yeah, hey, did you get signed up? And they're like, no, not yet. I'm going to do it now. And I'm like, okay. So a lot of people are not on Facebook as often as we are. You need to make sure that you're reminding people, hey, I'm still here. Did you get set up? Allow that in for them to kind of give you a reason why they haven't. People are not going to think that you're bugging them unless you're like, hey, I need you to get signed up today because I have Success Club points to hit. You know what I mean? Be genuine in it. Don't push them. Don't force them, but stay on top of them. Follow-up is key. And who was it that says the magic's in the follow-up? It's so true. So true. Example, Danelle was here the first 2 weeks. We had leadership the first week in October. Was it the first week? Yeah. And then Danelle was here. She was here up until last Wednesday, so a week ago. And I literally had, I think, 6 Success Club points when she left. And it was the 15th. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's going to be a crappy month. And I put my foot down. I put my head down. I've been working every day. I'm at Success Club 20-something. And we've got, new coaches. And I've just had to sit down and actually focus. I've had to go through my follow-ups. I've had to go through my contact list and start new conversations. Because I was at a point this earlier this month where I felt like I was at a dry spot. It's like, okay, I spent, 2 weeks kind of disconnected at leadership and with Danelle, and nobody really messaged me saying they wanted in. So I'm like, oh my gosh, nobody wants to do this anymore. I had this meltdown in my mind that it wasn't working this month. And I just had to slow down and focus, okay? So I encourage you guys to do that. If you haven't locked in Success Club, if you're pushing for a rank, put your head down and go. Focus on those few, little things that you need to be doing daily and get that crap done, okay? The fourth thing you need to focus on is expanding your network. I know this is repetitive, guys. I know it is. I know that you all have all heard all this 100 times before, but I don't have any secrets. Rachel Grass doesn't have any secrets for her success. Samantha Holly doesn't have any secrets for her success. It's literally doing these things consistently every single day that's gotten us where we are, okay? And that's why we preach it to you. And these things that we're sharing are so important to do through fourth quarter because, like I said, that's what's going to determine your 2016, okay? So expanding your network. Make sure you're adding like 5 or 10 friends a day. Whatever you're interested in, dogs, graphic t-shirts, the beach, knitting, sewing, join some groups and start adding some people, right? Start some conversations in there. I personally don't have time to post in groups and have conversations with people, so I just go in and add everybody. I already know they're interested in dogs, so I'm just adding them in hopes that me posting about my dog is going to catch their attention. That's all you have to do, right? Just avoid adding people that have friends with coaches, so we're not stealing coaches or anything like that. Just be intentional. Be intentional with adding those people and, even starting a conversation with them if you feel like that's what you need to do. If they're not, catching on and seeing your posts or starting conversations with you. Send them a message. Hey, thanks for the friend request, or thanks for accepting my friend request. I thought you looked familiar, smiley face. It's okay to play dumb. They're not going to know that you're a Beachbody coach and we told you to do this, okay? It's okay. Send them a message and just simply start the conversation because that's where it all has to start. I told somebody else today that every single time I'm starting a conversation, I'm forming them, right? We're talking about their family. We're talking about their occupation. We're talking about what they do for recreational, whatever. Not drugs. Recreation is in activities. And then we message them, right? We have to do those small little things so that we can, listen, not just talk and worry about Success Club points, but listen to what they actually need and what they're actually doing. At any point that I think she'd make a good coach, or they do great in a challenge group, or they need a challenge group, I'm going to say that, right? If they're talking about hating their job, I'm going to say something like, hey, have you ever thought about coaching or doing what I do? It's a great way to earn some extra money, right? If they're talking about, maybe they've seen your profile. What is this health and fitness thing you're into? That comes up a lot, right? Starting the conversation. Just say hi, okay? And let it flow. Groups, friends of friends. Just be careful not to add, a person with a ton of coach friends. Yeah, it's super important to expand your network, especially now, okay? Fit that in. And then posting. Guys, I cannot tell you how many times I have a coach come to me saying that something's not working and I go to their page and they haven't posted since Saturday. No bueno, okay? Not good. You have to make sure that you are sharing your journey every single day. I don't care if you're overweight. I don't care if you feel ugly. I don't care if you're tired. I don't care if you have 15 kids. I really don't. And your following doesn't either. I'm going to tell you that. I don't care how busy you are, how distracted you are. You have time to post. If you're not posting, it's because you haven't made this business a priority. Okay? So get them in. If you have to set an alarm on your phone, do it. If you have to, who was it? Kari. Kari was at a gala last night, with her husband, no phones allowed, that's super rude, and snuck off to the bathroom to post, right? If you have to do that, it needs to be done. This is your business, guys. Remember, it's your job to post, to work out, to drink Shakeology, and to do personal development. If you're skipping, I'll talk about quality of post. If you're skipping any of those factors, this business will not be successful to you. So don't go to your upline. Don't come to me saying, it's not working. I just don't know what I'm doing. No. If you're not posting, working out, drinking Shakeology, or doing personal development, I don't want to have a message from you. I say that from love, okay? But you guys, it's time to get your business under your control. I can't work it for you. Your upline can't work it for you. It's all dependent upon you. You are the only one that can be successful in this. And if you're not doing any of those things, it's no one's fault but your own, okay? And quality of posts, yes. You know, people love seeing workout posts, but that's not all they want to see, right? People want to see that you have a family. People want to see what you do for fun. People want to see that you binge on cereal at night. People want to see, you know, you shopping for new furniture. People want to see you paying for a tank of gas thanks to Beachbody, a full cart of groceries thanks to Beachbody. Those are the quality posts that you have to be intentional on sharing. When I made that switch in April 2014 to post more about what this business has done for me and my family, that's when my recruiting game stepped up 100%, right? I was stuck around maybe recruiting 5 to 8 people a month as far as coaches go. And yeah, that seems like a lot, and it is a lot, and a lot of you should be at that point, just saying, okay? But when I changed that mindset, that's when I jumped up to 10 to 15 a month, right? And with that momentum and that, you know, the better I got with my posts and the better quality they were and the more intentional I was about them, the more people started coming to me because I wanted that lifestyle. And I'm here to tell you guys, I think I shared this on the other team call or the last team call we had, but guys, your part-time jobs are more inspiring than my full-time job, okay? You guys are working 40, 50 hours a week and still earning money with Beachbody part-time. You're able to have that extra freedom because of Beachbody. Me, you know, sharing my income posts and doing things like that, it's not relatable anymore. It's really not. People see it as inspiring and it's cool and yeah, that's my end goal, but it's not attainable right now. You guys have what's attainable right now. And that's what you need to start focusing on and you need to start talking about, okay? Let me go through the chat again and see what everybody said really fast because I noticed a bunch coming up. Hang on. Oh yeah, start date for the Hammer and Chisel will be November 2nd. So perk, it's on demand. So on demand, you know, the turnaround's pretty quick. They won't have their Shakeology, but that's fine. They'll have it in a few days after they order. So you can set people up all the way through Sunday to start on the 2nd. But feel free to continually be adding people if you're selling those club membership challenge packs. Stephanie said, I was feeling like I'm missing people in my follow-ups. Does anyone do a spreadsheet to get more organized way versus stemming through messages? So personally for me, I do have the spreadsheet like on Excel. I have everything in Excel, names, highlights, things like that. I still feel like I am the most efficient when I have it on my Facebook list. So if I go through like today and yesterday, I went, you know, to who I had talked to on Sunday and before. So I started on Sunday. If it was a coach or someone that didn't need a follow-up or anything like that, I archived it, okay? And then I go to the next. Do I need to respond to them or can I archive it? Archive it. And I would get down and down and down and down into people who I maybe sent a link to a few days ago. Hey, girl, I wanted to check in with you and see if you ever got set up and done. But I would archive those messages that I didn't really need to respond to until next month, if that makes sense. So that's kind of my system. It might sound like a cluster to you guys, but in my head, I've got it mastered. But yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong with Excel and just tracking who you're talking to. Yeah, there are tracking files. There's a contact sheet too in our files tab in Luxe Republic. Yeah, taking a few hours you needed for follow-up worked great. Yeah. You guys, it just comes down to doing what needs to be done, and that's it. I know everyone's busy. I know that fourth quarter is slow, so, you know, in reality, we kind of want to slow down too. Holidays are coming up. Everybody just wants to get fat and enjoy the holidays and not really do anything, right? I am too. Let's be real. I just want to veg out and not do anything too, but we don't have a choice. And if you consistently remind yourself of that, I don't have a choice. We have to help the people that do feel like that, the people that don't know better. We know better, right? We have the tools to be successful and to not gain 30 pounds over the holidays, but other people don't. And so that's what we need to start talking about. And that's where we need to shift our focus to is starting those conversations, focusing on people that we can help and we can build relationships with through these next few months. And just really diving into, just to make sure I'm not missing anything. My alarms are going off. Kari. But yeah, do you guys have any questions or thoughts or anything you want to share or bounce off of? Anything at all? You can use the chat or you can unmute yourself. No?
Can I unmute myself?
Yeah, go ahead. Nope. Yeah.
No. I was wondering, so I have sometimes where people buy challenge packs like right after the group's already started, right? And they're like in this weird limbo land. And then I have sometimes where like with the nutrition where they bought the 3-day refresh and the challenge pack and they jumped into that one. And then they were also in my challenge group at the same time.
Yeah.
And some feedback I'm getting from people is like, hey, I'm in so many of these groups. Oh my God, my notifications are going crazy. Like, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. And I have to like reel them in. When do you decide like Nutrition 101's the best one for them to be in or like put them in the small one or you just ask them?
I mean, honestly, just feel them out. I think that it kind of just, this is the way I feel. I feel like any group is good for any person. So if you're getting enough challengers to where you can run a solid group each month and you enjoy doing that, then do it. If you're like me and you really don't enjoy it, add them in the team-wide one. If you guys haven't noticed, that group is kind of running itself. All these coaches are posting, all the challengers are posting, and it's kind of staying where it's fun and interactive and things like that. So just use your judgment. I mean, if you enjoy challenge groups, then put them in yours if you don't want them to get overwhelmed. If you're doing it and you're talking about this team-wide group and they want to do it, then just add them in the team-wide group. Whatever you want to do, honestly, is totally up to you. Totally up to you. But you know what? I really like the idea of doing these team-wide groups. I feel like it's a lot of new coaches get in and being able to be a part of it and maybe adding in some people, 1 or 2, so they don't have to do a whole group by themselves type thing. I like the idea behind it. So I'm hopefully going to start doing those monthly. And I will get better at like planning it, and maybe I'll actually have it on our calendar for sure next month. I sucked at that, and now everybody's like, wait, it's not starting till the 9th. I'm freaking out. Okay, so yeah. So I will get better at planning that, but this month we'll do the hammer and chisel prep, right? We'll start it on November 2nd. They can join in anytime throughout the month. If you have somebody that wants to do a different specific program, you know, team up with another coach and do a group on your own. Right? It doesn't have to, you know, they don't have to not be set up, or you don't have to like not talk to them until December because they want something else. Set them up, but do a separate group for them, because we're going to strictly be following that schedule. And I want to be talking about those specific workouts in that specific group. Okay. So, but I mean, let's be real. Unless they're like, I want Insanity Max 30 and I want to pay $205, they can get the club membership and there's going to be an option in there for them. Okay. So just start promoting it. I think you can kind of lead the conversation. And a lot of people want to say, you know, they want to be told exactly what they need to be doing. So use this as an opportunity to promote the club membership. And guys, after that 90 days, they get billed, you know, the $40 every quarter. We get 50% commission on that. So you're making $20 a quarter just from one person. So the commissions are a little bit higher with the club membership. So keep that in mind too, if that's something that drives you. Okay. Somebody else said something. I will post the workout calendar that I showed for the team. I'm actually going to create the group today, and I'll post that in the group, like maybe as the can everybody see the what's it called? Why am I drawing a blank? Like the photo at the top of the group. Can you all see like the cover photo? Yeah. Can you guys see it in Luxe Republic? Like, is it easy to see and stuff like that when you go to it? Okay. Just want to make sure. Okay. So yeah, I'll make the cover photo for the team challenge group. I will make it the schedule for Hammer and Chisel, so that'll be easy to follow and they can see it very quickly and very clearly. Sound good? Everybody excited? Is everybody locked in Success Club? Almost? Thumbs up, nods, good. You guys, November's gonna suck. I'm just gonna tell you right now. November is gonna be hard. I think my lowest months were November and December. Even December, because last year I think it was P90X3 that came out in December, so that was like a big hype, but I didn't do a very good job promoting it, believe it or not. So guys, be intentional. Because if you're not talking about these new programs, this is going to be a good in for us, because a lot of people want to promote Hammer and Chisel right now, but you really can't, because then you're going to have people that wait till December. But being able to get them in this prep group where they can try some of the workouts, that's a win. Beachbody's never had that before. So I'm really excited for this, and I think that it's going to be a really good thing. So any last comments or questions before I let you guys go? Nope. All right, well, message me if you have questions or any thoughts that you didn't want to say publicly, and I will talk to you guys later. Thank you for hopping on. Bye.